Hello and welcome to The Plus Show. My name's Dan and today we're talking about, can there be a perfect, loving God and bad things? Now this is one of the issues that we struggle with constantly in our world. We struggle with the reality that there's a perfect, loving God, and why do bad things happen? In fact, somebody asked me on a question in my video yesterday about this, and I understand where the predicament and the dilemma and the trouble come from. Because it's very difficult to understand why there's this loving God who came down, who loves us so much, yet lets all these horrible, bad things happen to us, whether that be disasters, cancer, all these things happen. And we think to ourselves, why does God allow this to happen? And the reality is, as we begin to inspect that, we have to go back to the beginning, let alone really what we were designed for. God designed man to be perfect and holy with Him, to be in perfect design. He had a design for your marriage, for your relationships, He had a design for your job, for every piece of who you are. You were designed with a purpose. But in that, we've chosen to go away from sin. We've chosen to go away from Him into sin. And that sin has left us totally broken and left alone. And in that place of brokenness and sin, that we allow these things to happen. They entered the world because of sin. It says in James that everything good comes from the Lord and everything bad from Satan. It comes from sin itself. God doesn't desire for us to be in this place of brokenness and horribleness, but it is used as a mechanism for to realize we need God, that we need to get back to the original plan. You know, God is not some mean God up there pointing and letting things go and just hurting you and hurting others around you. That's not what He's doing. The reality is that we continually choose not to walk in the way which we were designed to be. And we make a choice daily not to follow God if we don't. You know, the answers are written all over. You've heard the message. If you've heard about Jesus and you've heard that He came down, that He died on a cross for you, that He bore your sin and that He rose again and wants a relationship with you, and you choose to ignore that, then you're choosing to walk away from Christ and love with Him. And as I'm a Christian, yes, bad things still happen. Rough things, but this world's filled with sin. And not only that, personally, God allows those bad things to happen because sometimes those things refine us and make us who we are and show us our need for Him. I find myself in this very place all the time. There's the verse I'm sure you're all aware of where it says that take up your cross and follow me. Well, in the Old Testament, in Deuteronomy, it says that cursed is him who hangs on a tree. I really take that as to say that God's saying, take up that curse, take up that thing in which you're burdened with, your curse, and follow me. Because where I am weak, He is strong. See, we were designed to have a complete and total reliance on God. There's a void in our hearts, and I know you have felt that void, whether you admit it's God or not, you felt that void in your heart right there. And the reality is that God is supposed to fill that void. And what I realize is that there are things that I don't like about myself. I'm not the best speaker. I stumble over my words and I talk funny sometimes. And it bugs me so much with this will be like the 280th video or something like that we put out. But the reality is that through this, I do it because I'm trusting God and giving my weaknesses to be His strengths. So when we go around, we say, how could a perfect, holy God choose to punish us, choose for this stuff to happen? The reality is we need to look at ourselves because we choose not to follow God. And in that, God doesn't want to be like that parent who doesn't punish their children. And you say, yes, punishment is never pretty, but if you've all seen a child who hasn't been disciplined by their parents, they're monsters. And I tell you what, you look around in our world where a lot of selfish, mean-spirited people, and that evil doesn't come from God, that evil comes within us. And the reality is, if that void is there and you wonder why, it's because of us. We choose not to follow God time and time again. So I challenge you today, if you're wondering, if you feel that void I was talking about, if you long for a relationship, you say, Daniel, I think I want that. Comment down below, personal message me, tweet me, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, I don't care, Snapchat, do it all. Get a hold of me. Let's talk about it, guys. But seriously, pursue a relationship with God because it starts there. The world makes sense when you put Him back on the throne of your life. Personally, revival starts in here. Now that's all the time we have for today, guys, but I hope that answers some questions. I hope that challenges you today to go deeper in your faith. If you need to know, make sure you do. There's a thing linked down below called the story in the description. Follow the link of the story and go through that and you'll find out a little bit more about what the gospel is. But I appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you liked this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more, smash that subscribe button. And as always, folks, my name's Dan. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.